welcome to another episode of the Golden Ticket Show. Again, on our new weird time of Wednesday, due to these college basketball games. I'm Gotham. Over here with me is the first five God fast breaks. We got the, I guess, depressed Nats fan. Are you already in depression mode, Kev? And we have Dawn, who's about to fly to Seattle to go have a blue corn dog.
Don't be starting this shit. I was just about to give you credit because you picked the right intro today. Don't stop. You knew what show we were doing tonight.
It's the trick. I didn't change it from last time. Welcome in, guys. We're going to break down the Sweet 16, talk some opening day baseball, best bets. If you guys want all of our best plays, I know me and Don have put an alarming amount of plays in where Steve is getting ready to call Gambling Anonymous on us.
I already called it
every
today.
Single one of them.
I already called it today.
And they told you to go harder?
They said, and I quote, they go, okay, well, how's the bankroll? I go, we're feeling all right. Okay, so keep going.
They said that's it. Tony down the block's already put his whole bankroll on Red Sox World Series.
Dude, I don't need that.
They said, "Are you homeless?" He said, "No." They're like, "You're not going hard enough." So they, hung up the phone and kept it moving.
Did y'all see that video of the dude who went on TikTok and said, "I woke up in the middle of the forest. Don't know how I got here. Maybe I should stop gambling." Then he walked away like, "I got a feeling on this one."
Lock in, boys.
Chomp. They're so good. They scared St. Francis into Division III.
Yes, right.
So let's get right into the Sweet 16 here. First game I got on the docket: Bama versus BYU. If I'm targeting anything for me, I might target a first half total on the over. Here, Steve, where are you sitting with the Mormons versus the Cousins?
I went back and forth in this game, man. It wasn't an easy pick for me, but on Bartorvik, it looks like BYU the past couple of weeks has been like top 5 in like efficiency across the board, and I'm rolling the dice with that one. I'm taking the BYU 5.5, and I'm praying that Alabama doesn't get hot from the 3.
Well, let me talk you off that, brother. Let me talk you off that. Am I allowed to do that?
You're allowed to do that. You know that. You're the Don, bro. Come on, man. Who am I to stop you?
All right. So, Steve, I need you to listen to me. These high elevation teams, BYU played well in Denver because it's high elevation. They're going to Newark, New Jersey. These high elevation teams that make it to the Sweet 16 are 0-4 straight up and against the spread in the Sweet 16. Fade the fuck out of them. They're not good away from the high elevation. This is what's going to happen. Okay? Alabama is going to get up and running. Alabama is going to score 80-plus points. BYU will be lucky if they get in the 60s. Take Alabama, take the under, double cash. See you at the top.
Kev, are you with Don or Steve here?
No, I'm on BYU, but I like your first half over. That's something I'm looking at as well. But I like BYU just because Bama's been playing like garbage. So a little bit recency bias, not necessarily the best thing to do, but it's kind of recency bias. But BYU has also played well on the road against tough teams like Houston and Iowa State. So I take that a little bit into counter as well. But yeah.
Also, Nate Oates, when the total is 155 and higher, combined 9-2 against the spread in NCAA tournament games, when it's 170 or higher, they're 3-0 against the spread.
I feel like that's the game everyone's going to be like pumping up for, like, oh, it's going to be a high scoring game, but it has the potential like 60-65 kind of crowd.
Danny, do you have the numbers, the where the public is?
Let me find it real quick. I get all my information off Facebook.
I couldn't remember that word. I was like, I'm still over here in the trip.
Money on the money line is 63% of the money is on
Can anybody hear what you're saying?
No,
I can't
your
hear you.
mic- Yeah, someone having your mic, dude.
Is your headset plugged in?
Yeah, my mic didn't come through my headset. Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That's weird. I have a whole separate mic. I don't know. That's weird. So there's a 19% difference in the difference on the money line. Bama has 63% of the spread, but only 50% of the bets, and they have 51% of the over, and 66% of the money's on the over.
So also big thing this year, favorites of 6 or more points are 26-2 straight up and 19-9 against the spread.
Great.
It's that weird 5.5 number that's been odd all year too.
Maybe they
Yeah.
just do the smart thing and just stay away. But I gotta have action.
Or maybe you just listen to the Don Corleone, who has steered you wrong this year.
So I will say this though,
Valid
they went under this total both tournament games for Bama. Would be something to look at. I mean, obviously St. Mary's plays a very different style of ball, but that's just something I might look at. Is they went over by 3 in a game that they against Robert Morris, in a game they should have won by 20. But yeah, I think first half for me, because I don't want to trust like them not to get like locked up in the second half in terms of BYU. But so let's go to the next game here. Florida versus Maryland. Florida -6.5 is the line. I have it projected at Florida -5. 80% of the money is on Florida to cover, but only 70% of the bets are on them to cover, and 85% of the money is on the over here. Kev, we'll start with you. Where's the line here? Where are we looking?
Yeah, I like Florida on this one. I think they cover. Maryland is obviously coming off that buzzer beater. I just think Queen. He had a decent game against Michigan, which is kind of the last team he played that had a bunch of height. Florida has that. But I just like Florida's guards better. I like Clayton. I like Martin, and I can't remember the third kid's name now, but I just like their guards more than I like Michigan's guards. Or not Michigan, excuse me, Maryland's. And they're crab 5. So I'm on Florida here.
The other guard that you're thinking of for them is Will Rashard.
Rashard, yeah, right, yep.
So the last 10 teams to have a buzzer beater in the NCAA tournament, the following game, 2-8 straight up and against the spread. 1 seeds coming into the Sweet 16 that haven't covered a tournament game yet are 18-6 against the spread. Florida has gone through the test with UConn. They're going to steamroll this Maryland team. You need good guard play to win in March, and they have the better guards. Jacoby Gillespie, Rice, those guys are going to struggle from the field. I love Florida in this spot. And then by some point next week, Kevin Willard will be the next Villanova head coach.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's weird. Villanova hasn't hired a coach. It's got to be Willard, man. It's got to be him.
Well, according to some people, they hired Richard Pitino at one point last night. So,
yeah, man, college youth heard it first.
I was gonna say
Pitino's going to Villanova.
Shout out to Xavier fans though. When their coach left for Texas, they all went and got all the possible Twitter handles he could have used at Texas and kept them. So now he can't do them.
So now he had to settle for a double underscore. Like a real loser.
Yeah.
The state of
Steve.
Ohio can kiss my ass.
I think it's funny that he helped that Xavier team beat him, and all the kids took the pictures with the horns down and the Texas hats on. And then the Texas was like, all right, hey, Sean Miller, do you want to come coach the Texas Longhorns? All right, well, see ya, University of Xavier. I'm going to go there. They look cool. They have NIL money to use.
Exactly.
Yep.
I mean, he dapped up
yeah.
Trey Johnson during the game, bro. They knew what was going on, bro. It was
Psychological.
He knew what was going on.
Where are you leaning on this game, Steve?
I'm on Florida. I was curious about the Maryland first half. Talked to Don earlier today about that. He made a good point about Maryland's shooting not keeping up with Florida. So, I mean, it's a valid point. And they've only run like 5 players. So that's why I was looking at first half, and then their legs are just died by the second half. Like Florida will dominate that.
My issue is we think that they're going to compete with Florida. They struggled to compete with Colorado State for that entire first half and the majority of that game.
Right.
So that's what leans me towards Florida State. First half, Florida State full game. Florida State team total over. Florida. Gators, chomp.
And I'm with you on that. I think 6.5 is a weird number for me. I think I might just take like Florida money line, put it with like Duke or even Bama, possibly. Kind of just get something to lower the odds down a bit. But moving on.
Is somebody sitting right in front of a fan?
Yeah, it's Don.
I don't have a fan on.
That's coming from your mic then. Cause look. See.
Yeah.
Don actually lives in an aircraft hangar.
I made it worse. Whatever you did made it worse.
Made it worse?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're currently flying about 25,000.
Don's actually this is in the house. Don's doing the show in a helicopter.
We'll be landing in San Diego in about 2.5 hours. We're gonna have a smooth flight till then. I'm turning off the seatbelt lights, and you're welcome to get up and go to the bathroom if you need to. If you need help from the stewardess, please push the button right above your head, and let's just keep it going. See if I don't know. Okay, let's keep it moving.
Yeah. So all right, next game we got Duke versus Arizona. Our buddy Cheese, who is not able to make it today, said in exact words, Duke money line 98 unit play. As Don turns to Mongolian throat singing.
Is this bad now?
No, it's worse.
It's worse.
What the
louder again?
Hit that Nerfy parlay tomorrow, and you can get you.
I don't know. Maybe it's just maybe. Oh wait. Oh wait. No, right.
I'm muted him.
It's all good, man. Let's keep it moving.
Yeah. So all right. Duke has just shown that they're clearly better than almost everyone. And this is, I mean, are we trusting a double-digit spread here against Arizona?
Fuck no.
Really?
On which one?
Let Don go first. I want to hear this.
Wait, what?
So what was the question first, man?
What was the question again?
Are we trusting Duke to cover double digits?
Oh yeah, sorry, I heard him wrong. No, yes, 100%. Tommy Lloyd is one of the worst coaches in the NCAA tournament on extended rest. He actually won in, I believe, 6 against the spread. He's bad. It's terrible. Him with extended rest is not he's not a good head coach. Meanwhile, Duke, as a favorite of 8 or more in non-conference, with John Trier, have blown out teams. Duke is going to roll. As much as I want Arizona and Caleb Love to beat Duke and knock them out, It's just not going to happen. And I'm not going to be the UNC fan that roots for it. I'm going to root for a good game, hopefully. But let's be honest, Duke might win by 20. It's going to be bad.
Yeah, I mean, they already beat them by 14 in McHale in Arizona. I'm with Don on this one. As much as it pains me as a North Carolina fan to pick Duke once again, I'm with them. I think they steamroll, win by 20.
We have hope with Alabama, man. So we're going to root for Alabama.
60% of the bets are on Duke to cover. 70% of the money is on Duke to cover.
Unless Caleb Love turns into that freshman North Carolina Caleb Love and drops like 50 like he did. It's not
or he plays like he did it when he made Coach K hang up his shoes.
Right.
People forget.
Yeah.
We needed Cal on this episode.
That's fine. That's fine. Listen, he's going to have his field day. Cooper Flagg looks good. Duke looks good. They played a poverty school and then Baylor, who has had two guys with 2 feet out the door the entire time. Jeremy Roach came out and said, I didn't want to leave Duke, but I wasn't going to play, so I left to go play. BJ Edgecombe is about to be a top 5 pick in the draft next year. Baylor's going to have to retool. They're just not a good basketball team. And neither is Arizona. I think Oregon would have given him a better game.
I agree with that. I'm on Duke as well. I got Duke -9. I got an even 9, so no hook. So, yeah, who cares? 10, 12, they're blowing them out.
That might be my my money line parlay to add on to Florida. I get it -140 right now. Which isn't too bad considering every other book has it -160.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm on that too. I think if I take anything, I was talking with someone the other day thinking like Duke -5 in the first half looks good too. Because that's what I've noticed is they're gonna run them out of the gym in the first half.
Oh.
And then it's can whoever they play have that kind of motivated first 5 minutes of the second half to get back into it.
I hate Arizona more than I hate Duke, I think. Maybe because of Sean Miller and the fact that he cheated and couldn't make it to the Final Four. So, Steve, that's something to look forward to. But, I mean...
if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
Well, he was cheating and was trying, and they still weren't making no Final Fours.
At least we don't have to worry about Dan Hurley next year. That'll be the big thing.
Oh, yeah, we will.
Yeah.
I can't wait. Dan Hurley versus Patino, and then Patino. And more Patino.
He's got the whole mafia against him.
Mm-hmm.
So let's get into the last game here. Arkansas, Texas Tech. Texas Tech is a 5.5 point favorite. I have the line at 6. But I really love Arkansas with the way they've been playing on the road here. Most of the money is obviously on the underdog to win. 63% of the bets is on Arkansas to cover, but 55% of the money is on Arkansas to cover. Don, we'll start with you. Is Coach Cal's run over?
Before we start, can I get fast breaks on a solo screen, please, for an apology?
So yeah, I counted out the Razorbacks, and if you could throw me a little background music on this, a little apology music, if you can. I did take the other side. I didn't believe, and Mr. Patino let me down. It hurt my feelings to watch that. So Woo Pig Suey, and let's go Razorbacks.
Pull that motherfucking hog, big boy.
I can't believe
Pull
that,
hog.
man.
Pull hog. Listen, you had to realize that St. John's hadn't seen size like that all year. And if they did, it was Ryan Kalkbrenner and Creighton, and they struggled against Creighton. They were just hitting shots. They went what was it, 19-27? Or however many layups that they missed because of Arkansas' size. it was going to come down to that. RJ Lewis played like shit. Kadari Richmond was non-factor. Yes, they were cleaning up on the offensive glass, but that's how they were scoring all their points. You knew it was coming.
Oh, man. RJ
the
had
big
his
thing-
worst game I've ever seen him play, man.
The big thing that I've noticed, Calipari has been an underdog in the NCAA tournament 11 times, 8-3 against the spread. Texas Tech is going to struggle with their size. Adutiero is going to play in a limited role. I don't know if that helps or hurts, but Arkansas is covering this number, hands down. Do they win? Hand up. I have no idea. But they're going to cover. If Texas Tech wins, it's between the 2 to 4 point range.
So you just said one possession game, pretty much. It's going to come down to.
Especially because I also don't know how healthy Chance McMillan is, and that's a big factor for them.
True.
But this will be a must-watch at 10 o'clock.
Agreed. See, Kev, told you, bro. It's another tough game, and I know you hate Calipari, man. But Arkansas just feels like the right side in this one, man.
Now, question before I let you dive in more. Kev, honestly, who do you hate more? John Calipari or Tony Skinn?
Probably Calipari, but
Wow.
yeah.
I was about to say Tony Skinn just got a 5-year extension, so just
I mean,
be
Tony
wary.
Skinn's just the George Mason beating North Carolina 20 years ago. Calipari, I don't know. I just feel like he's a douchebag and a cheater, and I don't like him. So
Whoa. I know he's a cheater, but the douchebag is not a word, my guy. Listen, Providence was rocking because of that man. All right, I had friends text me saying that they had to talk to other people in order to even sniff the air that John Calipari was breathing in.
no, I'm back and forth on this. Like, my heart wants to take Texas Tech because, again, I just hate Calipari, but everything you just said makes sense, though, which is why I'll probably end up betting Arkansas. As I was saying on our show last night, I think it's probably just smarter for me to bet Arkansas. And if they win, cool, I win money. If they lose, then Calipari's out.
See, you're getting it now. This is why I bet Duke every game in the tournament, because if they win and cover, I look like a smarty pants. If they lose, I can hoot and holler because they're puke. Playing the long game here, Kev.
Oh my god.
So unless anyone's got anything else for this one, moving on to Friday. First game on the slate is Ole Miss, Michigan State. Don, you've talked a lot about teams that weren't ranked in the top 25 preseason not making it very far. Michigan State is playing an Ole Miss team that since the start of since March 1st has played Oklahoma, Tennessee, Florida, Arkansas, Auburn before the tournament, and only one of those games was more than a 5-point defeat. And then, as essentially an underdog to UNC, won and absolutely dominated Iowa State. Are they keeping this going against the Sparties? Is this where you fade them?
Yes, I am. This is dog of the Sweet 16. The Ole Miss Rebels are going to the Elite Eight, and I'm going to tell you why. Look at what they did to Iowa State. They kept them out of the paint. They made them shoot threes. And Iowa State, when you have to shoot threes consistently, not a good basketball team. What was the one thing I said about Michigan State going into the tournament? They were a very streaky shooting team.
Right.
Now, is there a chance Michigan State hits all their shots and they blow the shit out of Ole Miss? Absolutely. This is in March. You never know. But Chris Beard has his team locked in. Padula looks like a modern-day Marshall Henderson. That their front court is big. It's tough. It's going to be hard for Michigan State's bigs to guard them. Take Ole Miss money line. Just don't even question it. Michigan State trying to be the first team to start the season unranked to make the Final Four as the top 2 seed. It's not going to happen. Do yourself a favor. Smart money, make money. Ole Miss money line.
I will say with that, if you want to fade the public here, 71% of the bets are on Michigan State to cover the spread. 85% of the money is on Michigan State to cover the spread as well.
Come on, Kev. Come on over. Come on over, Kev.
Yeah,
I'm on the Rebels, man. Chris Beard and them boys gonna handle biz up top. Taking the 3.5, and I'm throwing some on the money line.
I don't want the points. Points of a peasant. I want to make some money.
I mean,
What you got?
the fact that the public is heavy on Michigan State might sway me. The whole Miss side.
It has nothing to do with what I said. I feel offended. Come on. You're gonna offend me on this today.
I really like Michigan State. I like what they do defensively. Chase Richardson's become kind of a stud throughout the year. But if all that money's on Michigan State, I mean, that's just.
Think of it like this too, man. Ole Miss is actually a really good team, just all around, right?
Yeah.
It's just an all-around good team. So it's not. And I just feel like Michigan State's going to fall into the St. John's trap. So we're all going to expect a big game out of Jace, and then Jace is just not going to show up.
So let me ask you guys this, just curious. If the SEC was not as strong as it was this year, do you believe Ole Miss would have had a higher seed?
I don't think
21-10.
I don't think Ole Miss plays to the level that they're at if the SEC isn't as good as they are this year. I think Ole Miss would be kind of mediocre. I think they would have been an 8 or a 9 if the SEC wasn't as good because.
So you think that's helping them playing these like Big 10, Big 12 teams?
I think that's why the SEC has dominated so far. Every team that has moved on to the Sweet 16 is battle tested. They've gone through the gauntlet all year long, and this is why they're here.
So I think, yeah, we're all in agreement, I think, at that point. Next game here, Kentucky, Tennessee for the third time this year with Tennessee losing both games. Now favored again. 73% of the bets are on Kentucky to win, and 58% of them are on them to cover. Is Mark Pope going to the Elite Eight in his first year, Kev?
I don't think so. I think it's hard to beat a team 3 times in 1 year. I think Rick Barnes gets some revenge, knocks Kentucky off, and makes it back to the.
Look at that smile on his face. He knew how you were going to react as soon as he said that too.
We're trusting Rick Barnes of all people. Rick Barnes.
I'm believing in Ricky, man. I'm believing in Ricky, man. Listen, I will give you another public apology. I will give another public apology if I'm wrong in this one, bro.
I'll tell you straight up. You ready for this? I'll tell you straight up. If you want to lose betting on Tennessee, that's fine. You want to win, taking over, because when conference teams meet in the Sweet 16, it's always over. Take the over. Over is 100% a winner. You'll at least go 1 for 2 because you're not on fucking Kentucky, because Kentucky's going to win the game outright. Take a Uwe and company. Too much for little Sakai Ziegler and anything that Tennessee has to offer. Rick Barnes' teams crumble in these big types of games. They are not going to the Elite Eight. Stop it with that. I don't want to hear it.
I know this is only the Sweet 16, but do you put any weight into the fact that first-year coaches for their team don't make it to the Final Four very often?
Listen,
it's only happened like 10 years in the history.
I do 100%. Don't get me wrong. I'm not disagreeing with you. I don't think Kentucky gets to the Final Four. Let's be honest here.
Well, right.
I think they'll get to the Elite Eight.
Comes out of this. Houston probably comes out of it.
Houston's going to come out of this region 100%. But I've been burnt too many times by Rick Barnes, and I will refuse to do so. This isn't the same Kentucky team that people have got accustomed to, right? Yeah. Look at how dominant they played against Illinois. Okay?
Yeah.
They played dominant against Illinois. Shout out to our boy. I know he's hurting.
Big Joe.
But Creighton and company, man. Otega Uwe, Amari Williams, Carr. You got Berea. You got all these Lamont Butler. You got all these guys. Lamont Butler, people forget, made a Final Four. He knows what these big games mean. none of these Tennessee guys know what that means. Chaz Lanier is going to have a horrible game shooting the ball because whenever he plays Kentucky, he just doesn't play up to the level that he's to his caliber. And with Rick Barnes in this team, I just think Mark Pope has his number. I know it's hard to be a team 3 times in a row, but I think Mark Pope and Kentucky get the job done. I have them points. I have them money line. I even have them in on Robinhood. Like I have Kentucky everywhere.
He invested in the state of Kentucky. He's buying whiskey. He's doing everything, man. It's all in.
Tennessee at all costs.
So fun fact: someone found out if you have the Jersey Mike's app, you can pick who wins each hockey game, and they'll give you points for it. So Don's even on Jersey Mike's sportsbook, putting this in for a free sub.
You wish I
Wait, Jersey Mike's has a what?
Apparently, they have a partnership with the NHL now, and you can pick who wins each game to earn points in the Jersey Mike app.
God, gambling is infiltrating everything in our, and I love it.
If you
I'm
get
here
enough
for it
points,
110%.
you get to eat lunch with Danny DeVito.
Out of a trash can?
You see this right here? A Tennessee, no. Tennessee, no. Prediction market. Give me Kentucky. All on Robinhood, baby. Let's go. Come on. I'm ready to go, bro. I am ready to go. All in.
Listen, I'm on the opposite side, man. I'm on the Tennessee, the fake orange, the fake ET.
You know what? I'm glad you're on the opposite side because we saw what happened last time you faded the SEC team that I liked, all right? Trusting bad coaches. That's what you do. Bad coaches.
Oh, what?
Don, you can send me.
Tino's a bad coach now.
Bad coach.
Get out of here.
Bad coach.
Oh, you're talking.
You can
crazy.
send me the apology music you want behind him for next show. Okay?
It's in the arms of an angel. It's arms of an angel with a halfway big back in there.
I will publicly apologize to you, Don, if Kentucky wins outright, man.
Fun fact: in my day job, this kid was pissing me off today. He was just talking shit to me. So I was like, all right. I was like, do you want me to play a song that describes you? He goes, yeah, sure. So just make it completely silent, and then it's like he's like, oh, Dora the Explorer, I like this. And it just big back, and he was like, everybody around him was like, what the fuck is going on? And like looking at him and like, oh my god, he's a certified big bag. I was like, don't be fucking with me today, motherfucker. Don't play that shit. Don't play that shit with nobody.
It's like Robinhood won't take my future on Kentucky. I gotta give it to them.
Oh, buddy, I had to wait till the buying power came through. I had to carry a one to do some math, bro. All the shit I can't be doing. I'm about to do the same for Ole Miss.
So, let's go on to a team. I think a lot of people were shocked by their kind of run here. Michigan facing Auburn, 9.5 spread. Steve, we'll start with you. Can Michigan keep the miracle run over? Run from going over?
So, looking at this game, Michigan's got the 2 7-footers. Something in my gut tells me Auburn's gonna have a problem with that. See, this is like the situation we were looking at Rick Barnes, right? I look at Bruce Pearl and I go, is this the situation where they come up short? This is a situation where they can't get over the hump. But SEC schools are battle tested. SEC schools are not scared of 2 7-footers that do the pick and roll smooth as ice. Give me Auburn. 8.5.
Is he gonna want revenge? He's gonna want revenge on the Michigan guy from the Yale loss?
Hell yeah. He's been having nightmares about Danny Wolf for a year. All right. He's ready for this kid, bro.
So I will say 64% of the bets are on Michigan to cover. 70% of the money is on Michigan to cover. 93% of the money is on them to go over 153.
I'm going to say 2 things. One, since 2020, when Bruce Pearl and Auburn play Big Ten teams, they're 6-0 and 5-1 against the spread. This line stinks. I don't like this line. When this line opened, I thought this was a 4.5 to a 5. The fact that it's up to 9 worries me. Now, with that being said, the sucker in me is going to take Michigan in the points. But the degenerate in me is going to sprinkle the money line. I want the world to burn so bad. All these people that think Auburn is this great team. Baker Mazar is 1 year away from AARP at this point. Johnny Broom is legit. Johnny Broom might be the worst player of the year contender I've ever seen in my entire life because his free throws, his 3-point shooting percentage is all fucking horrible. He's not that good. People think he's like this. People think he's better than like Oscar Tshebe was at Kentucky, and he's not. So I need everybody to nip that in the bud. Now, I want this because it would mean more to me to see the Michigan Wolverines potentially take on Michigan State in the Elite Eight with the chance of the Final Four. That would be must-watch television, even though we all like Ole Miss to win that game. So I'm going to hold a place in my heart where the Michigan Wolverines win. Because even if Michigan State loses a 5 versus 6 with the rest of the Final Four being all ones, it's something I need because I need Auburn to be the 1 seed that loses.
I like Michigan as well. I'm with Don. I think the line stinks. I don't know why it's so high. I don't think Michigan wins though, but I'm taking. So I'm not. The degenerate in me is not willing to bet on the money line.
The degenerate in me is. So I will do it for all of us.
But I will take Michigan in the points because I do think Auburn wins by like 1.
Well, the biggest thing so we talked about the SEC teams being battle tested. Michigan's won 27 games this year. 13 of them have been by 4 or less.
Yeah.
So they know what it takes to win these close games.
Yeah, like the last 6 have been all close games for them as well. And the Texas A&M game, they won by, I think, 10 or 12. But for the most part, that game was kind of close. So I'm with you. I don't like the line, but that's why I'm taking Michigan. I just think it's too many points.
I'm on Michigan on the points as well. I have this closer to -3. My big thing for this is if Auburn wins this game, this is going to be the game where they get exposed. Every year there's a 1 seed everyone's high on, and they have a game where they eke out a win and it gets exposed how to beat them, and the team that they play takes advantage of it. I think this is that game. I think they advance, but I think Michigan keeps this within a possession. And then the last game of the Sweet 16, Purdue-Houston. Purdue has been on a solid run. First 2 games, they looked good. The first thing I've noticed, though, is that this will be their first test in the tournament against a team that has a legitimate center that can match up down low. I have this line should be at -9. I'm seeing almost all the money and all the money on this is on the money line and spread for Houston. Steve, I'll start with you. Is Purdue getting bounced or?
Hell yeah, they're getting bounced, bro. Don't even finish that. Get the fuck out of here. They're out, man. Fucking, it's not. Listen, Houston's gonna run over these boys, man. I just don't see it happen. Zach Edey's not walking through those doors. And then they had that one, their center, that dude reminds me of Draymond Green and his fucking attitude, bro. Like, I hate him. Hate that motherfucker, man. I can't, every time I watch him, and listen, I bet on them. I have no problem betting on Purdue. But this game, no, they're going to get their ass kicked, bro. They're going to get fucked up.
I have a problem betting on Purdue. I hate their guts. I'm going to take 2 things in this one. One, whatever the spread is, take it. I'm going to take them to win by 11 or more at +125. And then I'm going to go to their alternate spread as high as 17.5 at +360. They're going to wipe the floor with this fucking team. Purdue is not in the same caliber as this Houston team. They're going to run Braden Smith, Trey Kaufman-Brand, Fletcher Lawyer. All of them are going to be run off the floor so bad they're going to have their tucked between your legs, and it's going to show how bad of a coach Painter really is, because he doesn't have no goddamn Zach Edey to save him.
Yeah, I'm with the boys. Houston, their defense is going to smother Braden Smith and cause turnovers like crazy. Roberts is a solid guy too. I think people forget about him. Like, he's a solid big man. He's going to give TKR trouble on the defensive side. He's going to score some points as well. I'm with him. I think Houston wins this by double figures.
Yeah, I watched Purdue the first 2 weeks or the first 2 games, and all they were doing was just dumping it down low. There was no one that had the height to keep up with him and slow him down. And this is like the first team I've seen in like a couple weeks that's been able to, they try to run this little pick and roll. You dump it down, there's just 3 brick walls down there that can stop it at any given point. So yeah, I'm big on them. I think that's it for college hoops. So let's get into my favorite part of the day. And I've been studying these books for way too long. We got some MLB opening day action. We don't have to do long on this if you guys don't want to. We could just go through them quick. First game, Brewers-Yankees. Is anyone have anything they're high on in this game? Anything they're looking at?
Attention passengers, we're getting into home run territory here. Cody Bellinger plus 600. You can boost it 25% on FanDuel to get it up to 850. Cody Bellinger is 100% hitting home run off of Freddie Peralta tomorrow.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, that game, I kind of want to see how all the Yankees do. The model I use has Rodon as having a good game, but I don't know if I want to fully trust Carlos Rodon in Yankee Stadium. So that game's a stay away from me. If I'm leaning anything, I'm leaning the under. I do think we're going to see a couple home runs, but the weather is not the best for the ball going out in New York. So I'm leaning an under 8 on the under 8 for this one, or even just taking the Yankees money line as a sprinkle. Kev?
Yeah, but I like the Yankees money line. The other thing I'm looking at is, and I don't have the number right in front of me as far as the odds, but I like Bryce Terang for a stolen base. Rondon isn't the greatest at stopping speed on the base fast. Again, I don't have the line in front of me, but that's one of the things I'm going to be pulling up tonight because I like him.
I can find it. Give me a sec. I can find it.
While he's finding it, I would also like to throw out Freddie Peralta under 5.5 strikeouts tomorrow and get that plus money.
Bryce Terang, stolen base is plus 310.
I think he gets one.
I like it. I don't mind it. Steve, our first 5 pitcher guy. Are you looking at either of these?
No, I'm not touching this game. If anything, maybe first 5 over. But I have to look at those numbers real quick. But
4.5.
I was hoping 3.
That's such a weird line for it only being at a 7.5 or an 8.
I mean, if Don's looking at Freddie getting lit up, I believe.
I don't know.
Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna talk more about you talking about him getting lit up.
Yeah.
So that first 5,
I don't think he gets lit up. I just don't think he's gonna strike out the guys out.
Yeah.
I think he'll go, let's say,
if his control's not there, they're not going to pitch him like 100 pitches like it's midseason. Like, I don't think he gets to 90 pitches.
No.
And to add to your Bellinger, Bellinger's had 13 plate appearances against Peralta. He is 5 for 13 with a home run and a double. Against his Arsenal, his weighted on base against fastballs is 348, which is a 30-point increase from last year. And where Freddie likes to throw the ball for his fastball for lefties is right in Bellinger's wheelhouse. So I kind of like that one.
Yeah, what he said.
I have all the data right in front of me this whole time. Like this is what I've been doing all day, like kind of passively.
Yeah, I can tell, man. I could I'm all in. Just make me feel a little bit better about my home run play. How about that?
You gonna
Jeez Louise.
It's not gonna hit. You're like, damn, you and your fucking autism.
No, my immediate response is gonna be, damn, bro. Why didn't you talk me out of this with your big little stat? You just go beep boop beep boop computing. I have the numbers here. I can't believe your numbers talked me into it.
Me and John are so opposite betting. I'm like, the numbers don't say this. I was like, this guy's got the balls to hit this home run today.
You and I use two different things. I use Ballpark Pal for like pitching props and stuff like that. I use Swish Analytics to know where my guys stand in their career against said pitchers they're going up against.
See, I use Outlier, Batters Box, and Ballpark Pal for just about everything. Which we'll get you onto Batters Box because that one's great for like pitching props the way you like to do it. So next game I got here on the slate, Baltimore versus Toronto. This is a big one for me. I told you guys a week ago, if Gossman was opening take the first 5 at 3.5. The line's at 4.5, so I think I'm staying away from that. Although I do think there's a really good chance of that hitting. Most of the money is on a low-scoring game. I think a lot of people are high on Berrios. My only play on this one, my daily dinger for the day, is going to be Anthony Santander in a revenge game. Eflin throws a lot of sinkers, and 20% of Santander's home runs over the last 2 years have been off sinkers, especially sinkers to righty. And even like through shout out Ballpark Pal, I can see. Let me pull it up. The exact where the exact arm slot is for Eflin versus Santander and how he hits, and it's even saying it's going to be a good matchup for him. So I'll trust Santander for fun in a revenge game. The only other thing I'm looking at that is Vladdy's going to start his walking contract with a big game, taking his over 1.5 hit run RBI.
What the fuck did my eyes just look at? What are we fucking doing here, Danny? What are you doing to me?
What do you mean?
I just saw like letter grades and my brain hurts. It's too late for this. I don't
All right, look.
on.
All right, I'll show you. Look, so this shows where they're releasing the ball at, how the batter hits it. So
see, this was me last night. No, I was like, yeah, bro. I like this info. What the fuck am I gonna use it for? I like this shit, Danny.
Bro. Like this sounds.
You start thinking it's useless, and then you start noticing, like, that was actually right, and then you start using it.
I better be hitting that at 75%.
No, but hold on. You're not picking up what I'm putting down here. So Santander, isn't he a switch hitter?
I don't think so. I think it's just right-handed, isn't it?
Am I thinking of somebody else then?
Might be thinking of Adley.
No, I know if I was thinking of Adley Rutschman.
No, he is a switch hitter.
Okay.
So he's facing Eflin, who's a righty. Oh, I'm fucking reading this wrong. Fucking, I can't do
so
this.
That's not what right. That's just where the pitcher's releasing the ball at.
My brain is not computing.
I'll show you it when you're more mentally prepared for it, Don.
What the fuck, dude?
Oh man, hey bro, he got the charts. He goes all in. I love it.
Bro, I listen.
That's
When
what
we
I love.
talked, he was like, "I'm a big numbers guy when it comes to baseball." I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm on like the same level." Bro, this is making me feel like I'm in like elementary school math compared to the shit that you pull up. Like you're in like fucking pre-calculus, and I'm in ninth grade taking a fourth grade math class because I can't comprehend the shit that you're doing in your trigonometry class. Fucking god.
Callan texted me about one. He's like, "What do you think of this?" And I started giving him a stat. He's like, "I'm 90% sure you made up these terms. Like these are just your random fake terms."
Honestly, I felt like what's the cartoon where like the kid's head explodes? That's me right now. Kev, did you understand anything that he just had there?
Not really. It took me a while.
Okay, I
to
want to make sure. I want to make sure I'm on the same page with somebody because if it's just me, we're gonna have a fucking problem. I know damn well. Sorry, someone besides me and Kev, because I know Kev's small little brain ain't fucking handling that shit either.
So, all right, y'all have anything else on this game you're looking at?
I love your AM hat there, buddy. I like the Orioles in the spot. I think Jose Barrios is great, but I think it comes down to bullpens. I like the Orioles bullpen a little bit more than I like Toronto's, and I think even with Gunnar Henderson, I like Baltimore's lineup a little bit better than Toronto. So give me Baltimore money line. I have that at I believe I'm doing the Gotham approach here. Baltimore I have at only a half a unit. I'm risking a half a unit.
Yeah, I was gonna say if I showed you how I made my bets, like I showed Steve yesterday.
Steve was like,
"Yeah, man,
I divide the one, and then I look up in the sky and look at the astro charts. Then I come back. It's usually 0.44 units or 0.44 units.
So then I put my arm up to look at the sundial to tell what time of day it is.
Man got an advocate just sliding them over.
I create a smoke signal, and whichever way the wind blows.
That's where the units go. Fuck bet analytics. It's whatever.
Yeah, man. The universe decides my units, baby.
Oh my god. Yeah, so I have like 4 like straight up bets for tomorrow. They're one of them, and I have them at half a unit. No more than 3/4 of a unit for me so far. I'm learning. The Tokyo series, man, made me believe.
You said that, I was like, oh shit.
Tokyo series made me believe, man. I'm becoming more analytic. Not like Gotham. Like when Steve and I find a 4-leaf clover, we're like, "Ooh, I'm feeling analytical today."
Yeah, right.
All right, let's move on to another game so I can stop getting bullied.
Listen, hey, if you're gonna do it to my guy up top, you better be able to handle it. You'll turn around the ballpark.
It's my show. I don't have to deal with anything. No, I'm kidding.
I got you, Steve.
And bam. No, I'm kidding.
You were about to get a full-on Twitter war, buddy. Yo, man, Gotham Gambling be that type of dude that when you making fun of other people, he's all about it. The second you bring around his yard, he's like, man, the big dog don't play that game. I can't be doing this shit.
All right, so let's.
Oh my god,
Don, let's go to your team, the Sox.
Yeah,
big on them today.
Woohoo!
Versus Groshette.
Go Sports.
Rafi's full-time DHing. Christian Campbell makes the opening day roster at second.
Just wait for the lineup tomorrow, fellas. Wait for the lineup tomorrow.
I just want to point out.
You're going to see it.
Pick 'em, and then once Christian Campbell got announced on opening day roster, it moved to Boston as a favorite.
I love the Red Sox in the spot for 2 reasons. 1, they hit Nathan Eovaldi really well the last time they played him. And 2, Garrett Crochet has been nails in spring training. I think Garrett Crochet's over strikeouts at 6.5. I think there's a chance he can get to 7 or 8 in this matchup. And I think I trust our bullpen a little bit more than the Rangers. And Alex Bregman has had success against the Rangers in their ballpark. I like Alex Bregman to get 2 more hits in this game. And I'm going to say I feel comfortably saying that I have the no-run first inning in this game. I have too many bets. I can't keep track. There's too many games going on. All these games. See, here's the thing. I need to want to start at like 12. I need something to carry me from 12 to the start of the NCAA tournament. But nope, we got to pack them all in like sardines. 305, 307, and then 405, 407, 411, 411, 411, 411. It's like, come on, man. Spread that shit out. Health is wealth.
So I will say to your point, their 3 best hitters at the top of the lineup, Duran, Devers, Bregman, all have positive matchups against Evaldi. And then when you look at how they've been against Crochet last year, only 2 players have a positive rating against them, and that's Leody Taveras and Josh Jung.
That is
almost every one of their
2 gross names you just said to me.
Yeah, they're the only other player that's had good success against him was Jock Peterson. You look at their big 3; all 3 of them have negative matchups against them. So I like it.
First 5 Red Sox.
If I'm leaning anything, I think it's that. That's the only thing that steered me away because I do like the Nerfy in that one. The only thing that steered me away from that is the fact that the opening 3 batters all have really good matchups against them, which seems like right. Every time last year that was the case was when like Rafi hit a double to knock in a run in the first inning.
Yeah, I agree.
Which weirdly was really consistent. If you could find a Rafi to get 2 bases in the first inning, was like someone found was like a 58% hit rate last year.
That's crazy to think about.
Yeah, I think it's gross that I know that stat. That's where I kind of draw the line.
You know what, dude? Like after you show me the thing about the right side and the left side with the grades, anything you throw for a stat just doesn't surprise me anymore.
Do you want me to show you the Rafi versus Evaldi, that thing?
Is my brain gonna hurt?
Let's see.
Probably.
Like, I don't know if I'm more mad at your stats with this or more mad about Cookie Monster's dick being in Seattle.
Hey, shout out Cheese, bro. He said he'll munch. Give me that.
C is for Cookie. That's good enough for him. All of a sudden, he's getting chocolate chips coming out of his mouth.
Yeah.
You pull up the
All right,
stats?
so yeah.
What
so
the fuck?
So based on Evaldi's release point, it's right here, right? When it's a third base side release, Rafi tends to hit a lot better, and it's a top level matchup for him when they're pitching at this angle. So
So hold on. So now I'm getting ahead of myself here. I'm looking and says Rafael Devers has a B- grade against right-handed force teamers.
Right. So that's not just so
what
when
the
you
fuck
look
is
at
oh fucking god, what is this?
yeah, so it has every pitch.
Are you fucking what the fuck is
He does, but with this he's probably gonna sit on a splitter, which he has a better matchup against. There's every level of outcome here. Like it goes into that deep to where like you could start looking at like, hey, this guy's been throwing this pitch a lot more than normal, and this guy hits it really well. So boom.
I thought I was an analytical dweeb. You might need these glasses because you're overtaking me. This is bad, dude. I promise you when I tell you this, I will not look at that and have any idea anytime soon what any of that means.
Don't worry, man. By the summertime, bro, I can't wait, Don. You're gonna be.
Don's gonna leave the group chat, and Steve's gonna be like, "What do you think about this guy's F word in today's game?" Versus like,
I'm gonna, dude.
BIP.
Let's put it this way: if all of a sudden you go, if Steve goes into the group chat and says, man, this guy's exit velo is 10% better than what it was 2 months ago. I'm going to say, Steve, where did you find it from? Because I know this isn't you.
Okay,
why are you hanging out with Goff and trying to fuck with me?
Okay, let me ask you this, because this is a more common analytical term. Do you know what BABIP stands for?
BABIP.
Yeah.
Something batters ending pitch.
Batting average for balls in play. So the batting average, if you take out every strikeout or foul out, or every home run or foul out. So if you take every ball that was hit in the playing field,
what?
Your average on that.
What?
That's how I used to get Rafi doubles all the time because he had one of the highest BABIPs, and I would look for games where there was less likely chance of home runs.
I look at my glasses. I still can't understand what you just said.
Oh, I'm gonna make y'all full nerds by the end of the season.
Bro,
Kev, what's your take on this game?
why did we agree to do the show tonight?
You were the one who asked.
I think we spent 45 minutes.
Show, bro. He's been waiting for this show. He's ready to flex on
I
all of
through
us.
all of your college basketball shit for the last 3
Now
months.
he's like, "Hey, here you go,
Yeah, but like, the
motherfuckers."
thing is, well, hold on. So the difference is here. So with the college basketball stuff, I had like different trends. I had this, I had that. You have the way that the guy reads the wrong way when he releases his pitch, and it's fucking and the way that the ball carries to a certain degree of Fahrenheit, not even
You know what? You're going to be
Celsius,
coaching
Fahrenheit.
your team. You're going to be
Typically
coaching
on
your
a
team,
full
and you're going
moon.
to be messing the lineup and be like, no, when the arm slots up here, this guy, Tommy's not doing well. We got to put him in the back of the lineup.
Dude, I'm gonna look at my team and be like, "Do you guys know what any of this means?" And they're gonna say no, and be like, "Good, I'm not gonna teach you."
Every third Monday, Jaron Duran hits a double.
When Sharon Duran has a taco salad.
And if it happens to be under a crescent moon, the chances for a home run goes up 35%.
This is just like,
What's funny is there's a guy who actually had those stats.
yeah.
Just saying.
And am I surprised that you know that? No, I'm not. I'm really not.
All right, Kev, let's get to you. What do you got on this game?
No, I like Crochet's strikeout total. I think he gets over it. I like this matchup against the Rangers. So that's where I'm heading for this game.
Don, are you on the first 5 too here? Because the more I'm looking at it, the more I kind of like Red Sox first 5.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
All right, so next one here. I'm interested to hear your takes. I know the last time we talked about some baseball on Monday, Don, you mentioned Washington. You think could win that game. Are you still on the Nats money line?
The more I look at it, the more analytical I want to get. So looking here,
I hate you.
It says that Washington only has a 44.4% chance of winning based off of these numbers. So that makes me think no off this game simulation on Ballpark Pal. Shout out Ballpark Pal. Looking at park factors, that is to play here. If you look at Nationals Park, we have a minus 23% chance of home runs because of
You're such an asshole.
a negative 8% chance of runs because of set win. I'm actually going to take the under.
First
Are you
off,
actually, or are you just being an ass?
I do actually kind of like the under in this spot. I am going to take Mackenzie Gore under 5.5 strikeouts here for sure. And I think there's a chance that I actually take the first 5 under.
I'm opposite. I have Gore over 5.5.
So let's ask the Nat boys.
The last 2 times he's played
Natties.
the Phillies in Nationals Park, he had 9 strikeouts and 6 strikeouts.
Okay, well, what part of the year was it? Was it not opening day? Was
It
it?
wasn't opening day. That's true.
Was
This
it?
is also the first time the Nets have had opening day because they've normally been on the road.
Correct.
It's gonna be a
Okay.
little
So was it
more.
at home or was it away? Was it under the crescent light of the moon? Like, what are we doing here? Come on, man.
One of the games was in the summer, the other one was fall. But it's last 2 times at home, he's hit that mark. I think he gets there again. I'm not sold on them winning the game, but I think he gets to 6 strikeouts.
You're not sold on them winning their home opener, even if it's against the Philadelphia Phillies?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm against them just on the fact of the injuries they've had in their bullpen worry me. And me and Steve were talking about this earlier. They're already down their 5th starter in the rotation for a good bit. Soroka's probably going to come out of the pen. He did not look good. I don't trust the team. Right now, I think their offense is going to carry them, and this is not a good bullpen to go up against to start the year. To your point, Kev, Don, I don't want to hear shit for this, but I know this stat. Mackenzie Gore's strikeout numbers are better in colder weather games than they are in warm weather games. Last year in cold weather games, beginning of the season and end, he averaged 9 strikeouts a game.
Okay. I'm going to put together a 3-leg parlay. Trey Turner's record a hit, C.J. Abrams to record a hit, and a stolen base, plus 429.
Nice.
Steve, I know you got a parlay for this one, so what you got?
Yeah, I put a hit parlay together. Trey Turner to get a hit, Alex Brom to get a hit, Mr. Lowe to get a hit, and Mr. James Wood to get a hit. Also,
you don't have Schwarber to hit a home run?
Not an opening day, man. But there's a big measles outbreak going on in Kansas. That means Nick Castellanos is going to crack a home run. Awful things are going on. Nick shines. That might be my dinger of the day.
Plus 560.
That might be my dinger of the day.
There was a thing last year. Someone showed. It was some bad event happened, and then within 15 minutes, Castellanos' home run line went from 500 to 200.
Yeah, because everybody's you just hammer it. Bad shit happens. You hammer Castellanos home run.
As much as I want Nick Castellanos to hit a home run, on Ballpark Pal, it says that there's a negative 23% chance of home runs being hit. So just take that into consideration before you place that bet.
And bam! No, I'm kidding.
Somebody's getting shot in DC. Don't worry. Bad things will happen.
We're backtracking all that on the show just in case.
We are saddened by the departure of one of our own.
That's why Don was in his helicopter
ball hit by Nick Castellanos. That's back at the wall, and that is gone.
2-3 piston Nick, and it's out of the park. Oh my god!
And now, please, a moment of silence for those who we have lost. Oh, and that's a drive by Nick Castellanos, swing deep to left field, back at the track, the wall, and that is gone for his first home run of the year.
Davey Johnson's just gonna blow up, have a bomb strapped to his chest mid-game or something.
All right, let's not go that far.
Next game here is, I think, probably the grossest opening day game I've seen in a long time. Angels White Sox, Kikuchi versus Sean Burke. I'm not taking anything in this game. Is anyone looking at anything in this one? I already know, Steve. I'm assuming you're taking your play.
Oh my fucking god! I know exactly where you're going. And hold on, before you say so, on Ballpark Pal, it says negative 8% chance of home runs.
Listen, hold on. Let's go. Let's find him. Put my
go ahead, get it ready.
Real quick. Who's starting for the White Sox?
Sean Burke.
Okay,
Sean Burke. This is his 5th ever game pitching, and it's his first ever career start.
So according to Ballpark Pal, there's a question mark next to Mike Trout's name. That only means one thing, boys.
It's because he didn't play last year.
And now he's in right field. He's gonna stay healthy. I'm sticking with the narrative. Bounce back. We hit home runs on opening day. Mike Trout, Erling Haaland scoring, taxes. All things guaranteed in life.
All right. So now that I have the floor here and we talk about Mike Trout hitting home runs. So just so you know, tomorrow, Ballpark Pal Sims projects 25.7 home runs over 14 games. You're telling me the 1.07% that the 1.07 home run that the Angels are going to hit is going to be Mike Trout? I think not. Mike Trout's not hitting a home run tomorrow. No way. Sean, ready for this? Mike Trout, ready for this hit? I want to see what his so it's plus 330. Okay, for him to get a hit, right? For him to get a hit, it's minus 195. Are you freaking kidding me? Mike Trout's going 0 for 4 tomorrow with 3 strikeouts. Sean Burke owns him. Mike Trout's a shell of himself.
Listen,
White Sox, I'm not going to take it because I'm a coward. I want it on the record. I'm a coward for this. But the White Sox are going to beat the Angels tomorrow because Kikuchi is old and washed up.
Are you going to be that guy who puts $5 on the White Sox every game? Sees where you can get?
Nope. I just want it on the record here. Sean Burke, projected home runs to give up is less than a half, according to Ballpark Pal. So I really like Sean Burke.
They had a question mark for a reason, bro. I'm just saying. I'm just putting out there.
I'm not
exactly. Yeah, that's what exactly.
All you people that think Mike Trout is about to have one last hurrah before he finally hangs him up, I need you all to realize that you're all being dumb. You're all dumb. Because Anthony Rendon and him are going to play a combined 72 games this year, and 70 of them will be from Mike Trout.
All right, man. All right, bro.
Listen,
all right, man. Nah, that's cool, man. Listen, cool, man. We let the work do the talking for us.
Steve, do you want to send me your apology music in case Trout don't run for the next show?
No, bro. I just want to see his grin when he comes on the show. He sees that whole. I just put a smiley face. That's it in the chat when that home run hits. I'm like, that's it. That's it.
All right, so let's go to probably one of the top 2 pitching matchups: Pittsburgh, Miami. Pittsburgh is favored here. Last year they went on an insane 7-0 run to start the year. When it started with sweeping Miami. Sandy, this will be his first time pitching since 2023. I'm liking the under here. I'm definitely taking the first 5 under 3.5. But I don't think that the offenses are going to be doing enough to get it over 7. Steve, where are you sitting for this game?
I bet on Pittsburgh first 5 money line. Took that at minus 150 today. And I think he considered looking at the under in the total today. Or what is it? Or did it drop down to
6.5?
Oof.
6.5. I caught it at plus 100. It's at minus 105 now, so it's probably going to stick there.
For what?
For the
game
under.
Total. Game total.
Oh, game total under.
Yep.
I have first 5 under. I have the under 6.5 on FanDuel. It's currently minus 105. I'm going to be honest with you. This has 1-0 written all over it for 5, and then it's a 6-5 final because both these bullpens are absolutely trashed. Not because I think the Marlins offense is any good, because I don't, but I think Pittsburgh's bullpen is that bad.
Yeah, the guys they have tend to walk a lot. That's not off Ballpark Pal. That's just from me watching them last year.
Well, I was looking at a stat. So, look,
I'm so tired of us.
I don't blame him. Honestly, forget it. Let's move on because I'm just gonna make fun of Danny, and I can't be doing that right now.
So I will say, someone I noticed a lot last year. If you see the Pirates put Carmen Medlinski in, go ahead, take the other team to cover the run line because that man cannot pitch, and for some reason he has made an MLB roster for a third consecutive year. They were up like 5-0 on the Braves when they put him in, and he let Kelnick get 2 hits off him in 1 inning. That's how bad he was. So he's their like 5th inning guy or 6th inning guy. So if they decide not to pitch Skeens 100.
I'm currently looking at just out loud here. I'm looking at the projected lineup for the Marlins tomorrow. I want to be the first to say that I might take their team total under 1.5 runs. I don't know how this team's going to score runs.
Yeah, everyone that actually can do anything is hurt.
I might take them under 1.5 runs at plus 230 according to this lovely website that I'm looking at.
Roto Champ?
No, Ballpark. No.
I like Edwards. I think Jonah Bride could be serviceable. I mean, it's obviously not good when your cleanup batter is projected 9 home runs and 40 RBIs for the season.
He's just got to get hot, dude. It's fine.
Also, looking at their bullpen, the minute they trade Sandy this year, I'm hammering their team total under because the 5 pitchers they have is Cal Quantrill, Max Meyer, who can't get the ball over the plate, Valente Belozo, who last year, if you put your nerd glasses on, Don, I got a nerd stat for you. Valente Belozo last year, if you had taken the rate that teams were hitting balls 100 miles an hour over on him, he would have been, and switched him to a hitter, he would have been the 2nd best hitter in baseball. He throws 80-mile-an-hour fastballs over the plate.
Fucking point deck.
Yeah.
I don't think he's talking to us.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I might take their team total under as well. The Pirates bullpen just worries me. Colin Holderman being your setup man is not a good look. And Justin Lawrence.
Just give me the Bednar and I'm all in.
Huh?
Just get me to David Bednar and I'm all in.
I'm not sold on him this year, honestly.
What part of his analytics don't entice you?
I just never like closers whose main pitch is a curveball. It's just a bias more than anything.
Okay. That's all I need.
Because I feel like it slips up once in a close game and you just give up like a 3-run rocket.
My back.
Kev,
My back.
on this game?
Am I done being a nerd? Because my back really hurts sitting up.
Yeah. That's what you get for being an ass.
No, I like both Paul and Sandy to get their strikeout total, and I'm with you guys on the first 5 under as well.
Hell yeah! See, I feel so accomplished when I'm on the same side as Kev because I feel like I'm finally catching up to the wise years. So every time Kevin and I are on the same side, I feel like a sense of accomplishment. Like it's like my dad telling me "good job" for the first time.
God damn, I didn't realize I was that old. Fuck me.
You're not that old. Well, you're not that old, but for people on the podcast, you're basically like our dad. Okay, maybe not Steve, but like.
For the people on the show that have hair, so not me, so maybe for him and
We've
Cal.
known each other since we were 14.
Yeah, no, you're fine. I mean, Kev, I don't know what year you were born. I know Steve was born in like 1970 something, so it's fine.
We didn't need analytics in my day.
Back in my day, we just read a goddamn newspaper. We got all the numbers we needed.
You just need
Back in my
access to the
day,
locker
when
room and
fantasy
100
football was
numbers.
back in my day when fantasy football first started, you had to get the stats from the paper and do the numbers yourself. That was back before the analytics ruined football for me.
Internet.
Oh my god. Hey.
The fuck's the internet?
Are you fucking kidding me? Dude, before the internet, my grandfather, God rest his soul, would come up to me as a 4-year-old kid and just say the names of teams. And I would just tell the teams that sounded great. AKA, I'd probably say the second team that he said to me. There was a year where my grandfather hit at like a 75% clip because he just listened to me. I'm the favorite grandchild for a reason. Okay, there was a year, I was probably 4 or 5 years old. There was a year my grandfather was bringing bakery pizza once a week when he's coming over. He's bringing this, he's bringing that. I'm going on a dog track with him. Like, we're having a grand old time. And now that I think about it, I think he just used me to make a little bit of extra money.
And look at you now, making the rest of us money. Look at that, man. You found your calling early.
If only I could get paid full time to be doing this shit. We'd have a different
Soon.
the life
We're
we live,
getting
man.
there.
Yeah.
Life we live. All
soon.
I need is to be able to kick back, pull a Danny, read some stats that make my brain hurt, and I'm gonna print so much money.
Cal's gonna be disappointed when he realizes he just missed the whole hour-long roast session of me.
Well, hold on. You need to tell him that he needs to come for one baseball show because it's gonna be a full year thing, buddy. You thought Steve was bad during college hoop season? Buddy, I'm about to ruin you.
Fucking bully. Don the bully. Let's keep
You know, Paisan, when you're this good, sometimes you just gotta let the confidence ooze. When the confidence oozes off of you, everybody else around you gets better. And that's what I'm trying to do here, alright? That's how I talk. All the time. Who do you like? Well, let me tell you, all right. Chris
You gotta have a cigar in your mouth.
Chris Sale's a hell of a pitcher. You know, Cy Young Award winner. Michael King. Who the fuck knows anything about Michael King? Give me Chris Sale. Money line. 10 times out of 10 in this scenario. Bada boom. You gotta go to the bada bing. Me and Tony Soprano.
You got a cigar with you. It's just not even lit. It's just in your mouth.
Yep. Listen, I know I'm doing good in this show because I make Steve laugh at least double-digit times every episode.
You do, man.
Every episode.
All right, so let's go on to the next one here. This game is projected to be the highest scoring one of the day. Cleveland, Kansas City. We mentioned it earlier. Oh. I'm big on Kansas City. All right, Grandpa, what you got?
Damn, that's fucked up if you're talking to my guy Kevin like that.
I'm talking to you.
Is that me? Bye.
Sounded like you're about to do your little Python voice again. So
let me tell y'all about the guy named Bobby Witt. This guy is a creme de la creme stallion, MVP candidate. This guy's going to lead the Royals to the promised land. Bobby Witt Jr. home run, Kansas City 7, Cleveland 3. Take the over.
Book it.
Yeah, I'm on the over here. The only thing that worries me is why the line is still sitting at 7.5, which I think it's mainly because of Cole Reagans.
Cole Reagans, a big huss, they call him around.
But he didn't look the best in spring training, and I don't think he's going to go past 5 innings. But the Royals are just going to smack baby around. The first 4 in their lineup is just too powerful.
you gotta
And this
talk
was-
about Vinny.
Yeah, I'm big on Vinny. Me and Steve took Vinny for over 1.5 hit run RBI. Vinny is 6 for 8 against Tanner Bibby in his career, and all 6 of those hits were in 6 straight at bats. So he's got his number. All the metrics match up. Not even gonna go into them, so Don doesn't have to hurt his back.
Hey, Frankie, add it to the card because I don't know how to do all that.
I'm taking the first 5 just because Cleveland's bullpen is one of the top bullpens in baseball. So if this game stays close, I think they could pull it out. So I'm gonna take the first 5. I'm not big on Kansas City's bullpen right now. They gotta prove it to me.
Man, if this was back, 5-10 years ago when the Cleveland team really meant something because they were the Indians. Now they call themselves Guardians, and I can't fuck with that. I ain't need no Guardian. I never needed a Guardian in my life. Bada boom.
That is old man. That is an old man rant, bro. Never.
Always remember me doing that voice. Is I was watching The Sopranos earlier when they're in the woods and he's like, yeah, he killed 20 Chechens with his hands. And he's like, he's an interior decorator.
Me and Polly Walnuts go way back.
I killed a Czechoslovakian. Steve, where are you at on this game?
I like the over in this spot. What?
We were doing so good on timing too, and then we started doing this. Oh man, we're gonna get out an hour and a half today. Look at this.
I've turned into an old Italian grandpa that's in the mob, and then a bully for you just because you like numbers when it comes to baseball.
My friend sent me something the other day, and it said people arguing over who's the best player in the NBA, and they're talking about their aura and their clutchness. And then baseball nerds are just saying, like, oh, yeah, look at this chart to show why this guy is not the best player. Steve, are you on the first 5?
Right. I'm on the total. I'm on the over. Also, I'm on Bobby. My dinger of the day actually is Bobby Witt Jr. Took that and boosted it on DraftKings. So those are my picks from that one. You guys. So who else is on first 5?
I'm sitting first 5.
You're on first 5. I'll tell with that. I'll go with first 5. So I'm adding that to the Action app. Make sure to follow me at Fast Breaks.
Another one I'm kind of looking at is Bibby under on strikeouts. I have him at 4. His line's at 4.5.
I got his under.
Ooh,
And
first 5 minus 1.5 run line is plus.
It's still
185.
It's still plus 100 right now too.
Yeah, Bibby strikeout under 4.5 is plus 102 that I've seen. I've taken it because I don't think he might get to 4, but if he gets to 5, I will be more surprised than Mike.
If he gets if he gets to 5, the only way I could see him getting to 5 is if he gets blown up in the first inning and then they just start swinging aggressive.
Yeah.
The big thing is to note, because this has been the trend for the last 2 years. Kansas City has the lowest strikeout rate over the last 2 years at home. On the road, they have the highest strikeout rate. So with them being at home too, I think they're going to be a little more patient because they know how their ballpark works, and if they can get one in the gap, then that's a double to triple with ease.
No, I agree with you there. I like that. One of the things for me, just looking at the Guardians, you were talking about, Reagans and not being able to pitch for a long period of time. The team total over under when you're looking at the Guardians, you can get, if you think they can score 5 runs, you can get their team total over at plus 111. If you think they're going to go underneath that, I think personally I would take under 3.5 total runs because you can get it plus 148. So I don't hate. I might mess around this year with some team totals just because like there are ways where you can finagle and get runs at plus money in some key situations. And I think with the way that Reagan pitches, he's very downhill. He's a hell of a southpaw. I think there's a chance that he can go 5, maybe 5 in the third. And then if the Royals bullpen can keep them within striking distance and hold them to under 3 runs, I think under 3.5 is a great spot.
So the biggest trend I always use in team totals, and I want to say last year using it, I was like 68% win rate, was if they had used their top reliever and their closer in back-to-back games, and it was not a top 2 guy in the rotation, the team totals over had like a 78% hit because they're just throwing the guys that aren't going to pitch a lot out there and the shit pitchers. So like especially with Cleveland, if they've used their 8 and 9 inning guy back-to-back games going into game 3, they're not going to use them. And that's going to be an easy smash on the team total. So that's how I'm looking at it. Is if these first 2 games are close, I'm going to take their team total in the third one.
Okay.
Kev?
I'm on Bobby Witt home run as well. I also have Perez in a hit parlay I put together with a couple other games. I'm thinking about Reagan's strikeouts, but I'm probably going to stay away from that. But that might be another bet I make on the Royals game.
I'm actually about to put one together right now and see what y'all think. Vladdy to get a hit and Bobby Witt to get a hit. Got minus 127.
How does that not hit?
Yeah. You could even add Steven Kwan and get it plus money.
I hate you for doing this to me.
With no Cal here, I got to do it to someone.
Add it.
Yeah. So I'm on Bobby Witt homer too. I think we're all in agreement he's going to be in the MVP conversation, and what a way to kick it off with the opening day homer. So moving on, Atlanta, San Diego. I'm not touching this one. I've been very cautious when taking my Braves over the last couple years, and I really want to see how their lineup's going to do against San Diego. Do any of you guys have anything on this game? As Don's helicopter is landing to take him to the sports book.
I think I'm gonna wait and see on that. We're gonna wait and see.
I haven't looked at the game.
We'll wait and see. I'm gonna stay away from it right now.
Anything for you, Kev?
No, not yet. I'm a big strikeout guy, so I've been looking at both King and Sale, but I feel like it's a little bit of a tough matchup for both of them. And I don't know. I'm not a huge under guy. So if I'm not feeling the over, I usually just stick away.
Yeah, I think this is a hard one. In general, I don't know what the Braves' plan is for their bullpen this year.
They don't know what their plan is for the bullpen this year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you couldn't even figure out how they were going to run their bullpen in spring training. So it's just I don't think I'm taking anything on the Braves until after the Dodgers series. I want to see how they get through like 2 teams that they could potentially see in the playoffs to start the year and go from there. I'm really interested to also see how they're going to rotate right field with De La Cruz and Kelnick, and how RC is going to do. But I think Riley's going to have a good year. I think he's got a good matchup to start. But I'm not touching anything on the Braves until I can get a better plan of how they're attacking everything. So moving on, San Francisco Cincy. I think this is probably a game a lot of people have been going back and forth on. Logan Webb versus Hunter Green. Don, you want to kick us off on this one?
I'm going to be taking the Giants first 5 plus half a run here. I think that Logan Webb can keep them within this game for sure. I think the Reds will eventually win this game outright, but I like them to keep it close. I'm actually going to take the Reds. I might take the Reds money line, actually. I'm kind of looking at the Giants' team totals. 2.5, you can get it plus 136. Under 2.5, you can get it plus 136. I think their bat's going to struggle a little bit. I know that they got Chapman, they got Yastrzemski, they got Young-Ho Lee, Willie Adames, Helio Ramos, Patrick Bailey, but I think Hunter Green's going to have some stuff. I don't think he's going to strike out a ton, but I think he's going to have enough stuff to keep it close, per se.
Yeah, I don't think I took anything particular. Double checking. Yeah, no, I had nothing on this game. I do kind of like the plus half a run. I think this game could be potentially has the most likelihood to be like a 0-0 tie going into first 5. Because both pitchers match up well. But it's more of my trust in Hunter Green's consistency is the thing. Because if he gets one call that doesn't go his way, it tanks him the rest of the game.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Steven, where are you at, our first 5 guru?
We're on the Atlanta still?
No, San Francisco.
You can tell it's Steve's side. The eyes are getting a little watery.
I was trying to get a bet in. Sorry.
He was watching Mike Trout highlights and just crying.
There goes my hero. Looking at this. Initial look, I would take. I'm really not a fan of Hunter Green's matchup right now. First five, I might take Giants first 5.
That's what I'm on. I mean, are you going to take a money line or are you going to take plus half a run like I am? So let me put it this way. Are you putting balls on the table or are you going to be a coward little bitch like me?
Let's put my balls on the table, man. Give me that money line.
Hell yeah, brother. I love the balls.
Let's go Giants first 5 off initial look. Yeah, I like it. I like the matchup better for Logan Webb in first 5.
I like it.
Kev?
I'm a little bit on the opposite side. I'm not taking team to win, but Webb is a pitcher who he's given up 21 stolen bases the last 2 seasons. Dela Cruz, obviously, we know has speed. So I'm doing a little sprinkle on Dela Cruz to get a stolen base for this game.
I don't hate that. That's that. I mean, I wouldn't call it a sprinkle because it's plus 140, but they're like it's gonna happen, guys.
Yeah, I mean he's his on base percentage is 300 against Logan Webb, and he already has 3 stolen bases against him. That's probably why it's so low.
All right, let's try to get through these games quick because I know y'all got work and not me. Mets Astros. I'm sprinkling a little on Mets money line here. I think they got the better offense right now. No one really knows what's going on in that outfield. Altuve looks so bad that they were laughing at him on MLB Network today while showing his mishaps. including him trying to jump to save a home run ball, and he couldn't even get his glove over the fence because he was so short. And they put him in left field. Everything pitching-wise matches up to me. I want to see where Clay Holmes is. I'm looking for Clay Holmes' pitching outs. If any of y'all have anything y'all got on this one.
I like the Mets first 5, close to half.
Yeah, I do too.
Ooh. Under 14.5 is plus money right now for Clay Holmes.
So does part of my hit parlay too that I have with Perez and Bobby Witt. So
they don't have him go. Every projection I've seen on like 3 different websites don't even have him go at 5. You said Soto, Kev?
Yeah, I got Soto in my hit parlay with Perez.
I like that. Yeah, I think he's got to start off strong. Stefano.
Let's go. What's the total right now for first 5? Let me pull it up real quick. First 5. Let's take the Mets.
First 5, God.
I think so. Let's see. We kind of agree that we feel that the Astros are going to fall off this year, right? Why not start with this? Soto's going to come out strong. Pete Alonso going to crack one. Let's go Mets money. Let's go Mets money line first 5.
Also want to point out that the number of bets is split 50-50, but 90% of the money is on the Mets. So there's a huge difference. But the thing is 90% of the money is on the Mets, and the line is stayed where it's at. Which is why I was thinking like sprinkle, in my opinion.
Maybe I go first 5 innings under 4.5.
I don't mind that. I think your only real worry is Houston has a short fence, but none of these guys that are power hitters hit the left field. Moving on, Minnesota, St. Louis. This was a stay away from me. I'm not trusting this Cardinals team, and I want to see how they do to start the year. And Minnesota has always been kind of iffy. If I'm doing anything, I'm sprinkling Minnesota money line just because they always start the year off hot. So that's kind of where I'm at. Maybe like a quarter of a unit on Minnesota money line if I feel like it.
So, go ahead, Don. I didn't know about to hop in.
No, I'm good.
Okay. First 5. This might be another one of the totals. What's Ballpark Pal say about the potential weather? What are they going to be any?
Hold on. Let me pull it up.
I already got it.
Of course you do.
6% decrease in runs, 10% decrease in home runs. Pretty much any ball that's hit in the air is gonna die in the air.
So yeah, let's go. Let's take it under. Total runs 4.5 minus 154. Let's go under.
Adding it.
Zarillo is also on the under. If that makes you feel any better about it.
Hell yeah, it does.
Doubling down. Might put a whole unit on it if Zarillo likes it.
No, he only put 0.55. He would be so disappointed in you for that.
I'm only putting half unit on.
Yeah. Kev, anything on this game?
No, not really. I thought about adding Arenado to my hit parlay, but I stayed away. But I mean, he is 6 for 18 in his career against Pablo, but I stayed away from him.
That's such an underrated, deep, good pitching matchup. Pablo Lopez versus Sonny Gray. Going into we got 3 games on the late night slate here to end us off. Detroit, LA. I'm taking the under on the first 5 and the full, and sprinkling it on the full game. Got it at plus 102 for 6.5. More of a trust in the Dodgers bullpen as a whole, because Blake Snell typically doesn't go long distance, and Skubal should see 7 innings. So I'm trusting a 2-1, 3-1 kind of game.
Yeah, I'm on you at the first 5 under. I have it. Actually, for 3/4 of the year. That's how confident I am.
Whoa. Calm down there, buddy.
You know?
Yeah, I'm on the under for the first 5.
Samesies.
I'll say that means we're going to see a grand slam in both in the first, top of the first and bottom of the first.
Damn, Bobby.
Did I have anything else? I had Skubal at a strikeout parlay, my Sinister 6. Yeah, other than that, not much else for me on the late night, except for this next game. Seattle versus the Athletics. I had Seattle money line when it was at like minus 160. It's gone up a bit. I wouldn't take it past 170. And I also have them on the first 5. And I'm sitting on the no-run first inning. I kind of want to take it, but Severino's never pitched well in Seattle. And I don't know how this team's going to perform to start the year. I'm with you guys. I think they're going to be a lot better this year. But you're going to have Cal Raleigh coming off an extension. He's got to feel good. And then Julio is going to be trying to put up MVP level numbers. It's not a good combo in Seattle if you're Oakland. So I might sprinkle on the no run first inning there. But yeah, Don, where are you at on this?
I'm taking the Mariners money line. Again, 3/4 of a unit. I feel really confident in them. Like you said, looking at Severino's numbers there, he doesn't pitch well there. So I'm gonna ride with my guys in my World Series champs in the Seattle Mariners.
Yes, sir. I went Seattle money line first 5. So you guys inspired me. I'm gonna throw together a little first 5 parlay. I'll throw one. Let's put a long shot out there. Let's make some money on that first day.
Yes, sir.
Kev, after you go, I got one for you, Don, that I just thought of for an earlier game.
I just have Logan Gilbert over his strikeout total. I think he starts the year off right, gets to 7 or 8 in this game.
That's a good one. Don, Kansas City first inning minus 0.5 plus 300.
All in.
Sprinkle. Yeah, and then the last game of the night, Chicago, Arizona. I didn't have a read on this game because Arizona tends to play a lot of lefties, and they're going up against Justin Steele. If I'm leaning anything, I would say first 5 over. If you can get it at 3.5, I don't even know where the line's at for that. That's how little I paid attention to this game. That's at 4.5, isn't it?
Yeah, I'll tell you in a minute.
If you're willing to buy the juice at 175, then I would say take it. But if it's 4.5, I'd stay away.
It's 4.5. It's 114 minus 114 on both sides.
Yeah. If that's the case, then I might take the over for the full game. Because it's at plus money right now, and if you're expecting 5 runs in the first inning, in the first 5, I don't see why these teams couldn't put up 3 more. So I might wait till tomorrow to see it, but might take the over in that game. Kev, anything on this one?
No, I currently don't have anything on this one. Might swing back to Corbin Carroll. I'm trying to see how Justin Steele, like what his stolen base give up percentage is, but nothing currently.
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, Zach Gallen. Yeah, I'm not a fan of this game.
This just seems like I'm gonna sit back and enjoy it kind of game.
Right.
I agree.
Like, is Zach Gallen gonna last 6 innings?
I think against this Cubs team he can. I mean, we saw how they were swinging in Tokyo. Like I don't see why he couldn't. I don't think he's gonna get a bunch of strikeouts, but I think he'll definitely get a lot of ground outs. Don, anything on this game?
I'm gonna stay away. I mean, I put together a hit parlay with guys. Probably some would say a lot too many. But in that game, I think I have Corbin Carroll to get it. Maybe Kyle Tucker.
I like it.
Oh.
All right. And that'll be it for us here. We definitely went a little over time. We had a lot in this one. We had college hoops, we had baseball, we had mafia impressions, we had the first roast session of Gotham Gambling on the Golden Ticket Show.
Bada boom.
Kev got called a grandpa. I mean, there was so much on this episode.
That was you, man. That was kind of rude.
You got it in too.
No. I said he was like my dad. And I felt proud when we were on the same side. There's a difference. You literally looked at him and you're like, Grandpa, what do you like here?
That was meant for you because you're doing your little accent.
Asshole.
Kev, do you forgive
Don't worry,
me?
Kev. I'll stick up for you, buddy.
I always forgive you. Razzing just means you love me. That's all that is.
Yeah, see, Kev gets it.
That'll be it for us here on the Golden Ticket Show. Make sure you guys check all of us out on Moneyline, as well as on our Twitters at FastBreak, Heels0809, and the Don Corleone Jones. We're going to have bets all day, every day. I did want to give one final shout out to Steve. This was the first time we talked baseball, and there was not a baseball game on behind us. And
Yeah,
I
I had to finish up that. I was rewatching the Loyola game, so I missed the end of that one, but they ended up pulling it out, so that cashed. Cleveland State effed me over though.
Fuck Cleveland State.
All my homies take Cleveland State.
Back to Steve's. Everybody in Ohio can go fuck themselves.
Yeah, right. Fuck the state of Ohio. Kiss my
baby.
ass.
Yeah, baby. Tell them.
That'll be it for us here. Make sure, I don't know if we're going to do a show this Friday, but if not, we should be back to our normal schedule next Friday. Make sure you guys check us out then. Check us all out on the Payoff Pitch every Mondays. We're going to go over the opening weekend. And Don will get to bully me more. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great night.